August the 21st, 2025. Guys, you're looking at the latest tracking map of Hurricane Erin. This thing's pulling out of here, and it's pulling out quick at 18 miles per hour. Maximum sustained winds are still 100 miles an hour. And you notice your tropical storm warnings are up along Virginia and North Carolina. Notice this area here. And I've been watching some of the webcams, especially on the Outer Banks, off and on this morning. And you got 20-footers breaking off of, I think they call it Jeanette's Pier there. And they're huge. But again, it's pulling away, and that's a good thing. Another thing I noticed, we'll look at the satellite images, is all the moisture that was predicted to hit the Northeast is being pulled offshore too. Not all of it, but the big majority of it is not going to, it doesn't look like it's going to flood out the Northeast nearly like it was in some of the earlier models. Let's take a look at that. Let's take a satellite look here as the sun rises this morning. It's really kicking into gear now and pulling off. That's perfect. You're still getting a little moisture, not much, but you're getting the cooling breeze, and things are here have been much cooler, and we're not even in the storm area at all. Just, I think everything pulling towards the direction of the storm, but we are at 82 degrees, 91 heat index, and a lot of times by this time of the day, we're closer to 100 or maybe just a little above that. So it was a very nice morning, clear here. I'm sure it's going to warm up a little bit more, but what I was noticing is, again, look at the speed that it's pulling out and where the thicker clouds are. We're going to change this so you can see what I'm saying. Now, again, you're still getting wind along the East Coast, but the flooding situation looks like that's changed completely, and that's a perfect scenario for what all we've seen. Now, of course, there's been some damage along the coast as we do this, but let's look at the infrared just a moment. Now, again, check this out, guys. All the moisture still offshore because it's being pulled with the storm. So you guys along the coast, all the way up and down, here's Long Island, excuse me, and you guys are getting a breeze pushing out in the upper levels, but look down in this area. Your wind's coming from the north and raking along the coast. Now let's, again, that's perfect scenario, and because it looked like, and we saw on the models, to where that moisture was trapped along the East Coast, and a lot of it. So again, good deal there. Now let's go to the Outer Banks. And I started watching this at daylight this morning. We had a couple things going on, but the waves offshore, guys, are huge. Last night, and they look like they're very close to still being 20 foot at the top level of when you get the big waves in there. And I noticed, and this thing will pan around to the right in a minute, and you'll get a very good look at it. But again, very active seas. When they zoom in on that far pier, and it looks like some people have cleared out. It was packed out there on the far one, but you had waves breaking up and splashing the folks there. And it's I noticed also that as wind gusts were moving down the coast, it would be left to right in this image. The waves off the end of the pier, here comes the close-up. There's a few people still left, but those waves this morning were being caught and stuck in midair, almost still breaking but not moving forward. And there were two there. It was amazing to see it, and the wind was howling. It's still up. And guys, last night offshore, about 30 miles or so, they were getting 40-foot waves. And as you get inland, and you've seen the maps to where it steps up several miles offshore into shallower water, the buoys there were getting 10 foot. And so this morning, well, you can see some of the waves right there. Look at that. And this is a very tall pier. But again, this morning, it was just a little higher, but we're still seeing that energy kick back in like this. Wow, and this pier goes out 1,000 feet into the water. I'm not sure how tall it is. It looks like maybe, 30, 40 feet? It's hard to say, but a lot of these waves I saw splash up and through some of this planking and all. It's concrete pilings with a wood top. But again, and it's been locking up like this because of the weather. But guys, I'm going to keep this short because we got a live stream coming up at 11 Central Time this morning. And what's going on right now is you see the House and the Senate both have basically passed the a bill for redistricting in Texas. And the Democrats are saying it's going to take 5 seats. Those waves are amazing. But again, someone let us know how far off the ground that piers if you know. But it's pretty tall. Anyway, Newsom had promised to start redistricting in California, and so they rushed it through, and they're going to start voting on it today at 11 Central Time in California. So I want to pay attention to it, guys, because they're 2 big states. A lot of votes there, those 2, and up and down in Florida, excuse me. So it's and Florida is red. We really don't have to worry about it like we do California and a few other states. But again, if Trump gets that no mail-in ballot through, it's over in many states. But right now, there's a couple of Republican states that are going to start the same process to counter California. Anyway, we're watching it, guys. You watch it. It looks like this is what's left of the storm. And I'm sure we'll start getting some damage reports very soon. But stay tuned in just a few moments to go live in California. Heads up, be safe.